Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Pitch Perfect podcast. I'm your host, Larry, and today we are finally back with Gunner's Insight. I'm so sorry there hasn't been an upload in a while. College and stuff, just trying to get things done, assignments, projects, the spill. So we're back. We're back with another Gunner's Insight. And today is going to be a bit of a hefty one still because we got some matches to cover. We've got some Champions League to cover as well, so it's gonna be brazy. I suppose we start off with the Inter game because I've actually just finished watching that. Um, Look, first loss in the Champions League, our first goal conceded. If you've been watching the pod, if you're watching my match reviews, you understand what I've been saying about how we just can't create as a team. This team, man, I've been saying, if you even watch the football talk on Tuesday, you would have heard me going into the players, into Arteta, because this isn't acceptable. This can't help us win titles. We're dropping crucial points to teams we shouldn't be losing to. Is crazy, man. Is absolutely crazy. This Inter game for me, like it was just, like we didn't play bad. That's the worst thing. We didn't play bad. We defended. Now we caught life in the first 15 minutes. Dumfries had a good chance. I think it was this Latour Martinez also had a good chance as well. We were under a bit of pressure in the first 15 minutes, but after the first 15 minutes of the match, we kind of grew into the match and we were able to kick on. But same thing again. We just couldn't create. We were getting to decent positions, and we just could not find a final third pass. Nothing was working. There was nobody willing to take a risk and go forward that ball. And I think that's what pissed me off most today. I thought Saka was probably our most influential player today. He's always getting double teamed. He beats what's his name? Darmian DeMarco. He was up against him. Bissek. I know he was on the opposite side, but at times Bissek came to mark him, and Saka was able to beat him. But like I said, Saka being our most influential player says a lot, man. And I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, even when he wasn't playing, there's no one there that can create. And I was kind of saying this on the football talk, saying, we can't be a team that just relies on Saka and Odegaard. I can't have that narrative at the club, because if that narrative happens, teams will know if one of those players gets injured, they don't have to worry because there's no creativity. And I kind of blame, and if you were watching the football talk episode, me and Richie was actually talking about this. We went into the Marcus. We needed to get a left winger, a striker, a centre mid, a cam, and a right winger. We got a washed up Sterling and a decent Calafiori. Now, Calafiori, Grant, he's actually like him as a player. He offers a lot to the squad. But Sterling, man, I rate his career. I said it before, I rate his career. But we should not be looking for Sterling in big 2024 going up to 2025. It's not sustainable. He offers nothing. He's been given multiple chances to come in. He's offered fuck all. He has offered fuck all. It's just brazy, man. It's just brazy. And like with the Inter game, like I said, there was nothing being created. There was nothing being absolutely created, man. Um, yeah, it's just with this Arsenal team, man. And I'm not like people are saying that you're a Teta out. I'm not. I'm not. And people, I'm kind of on the fence, really. I'm not in, but I'm not out. But when people go, you can't be out and in. But look, I'll put it to you this way. I want to give you context. Yeah, I appreciate what this man has done. I really do. You know, a lot of the fans are left. A lot of the fans just didn't bother with Arsenal, and then this man completely turned the club around. Has fans watching football again. Yeah, I would forever respect that. But I have been looking at the way he's been playing, how he's been lining up the team. I am no way saying he's a bad manager, but sometimes I think personally he might hit his ceiling. I think he's hit the limit the furthest he can go with this Arsenal team, because some of the quality in that squad when the main players are injured is not good enough to take us to the level. Do I think Arteta is the man to take us to the next level? I would love him to, but if you know me, guys, I'm very logical and very realistic. Looking at it from a realistic point of view, I don't think he's going to be the guy. I don't. And I hate to say it because he's done so much for the club. I don't think he's going to be that guy to take us to the next level, unfortunately. I think, the boys were saying, like, because we lost Newcastle, Bournemouth, back to back games we've lost now. Like, we're sitting, where are we sitting now? Let me just look it up. Um, we are sitting, we're sitting fifth. Yeah, we're sitting fifth in the Premier League. We're 5 points off City and we're 7 points off Liverpool, And those are our main challenges for the season. And if we don't pick up form, we're playing Chelsea this weekend. It's looking long for us, guys. It's looking long for us. And I think if we get a draw or lose, we may have to just bow out. A lot of the fans have just said it's not happening this season. And, that's a crazy mentality to have. I'm always saying you have to back the boys in situations like this. But man, it's very hard to when you're having performances like that week in, week out. Like Inter, I'm not really too mad, but it's just alarming how there's no one there to put the ball away. I don't care. We need to get a striker in January or summer. Next summer, January, we need to break the bank for a striker. I want 2 strikers. I've had enough of this. Oh, we don't need a striker because we have players, we have goals that can be scored all around the parliament. I get that, but sometimes your players that can score goals won't always have the liberty to do what they want to. I'm missing that today. Saka, phenomenal player. He did what he could. He was getting double teamed, even triple teamed at times. Martinelli, he hasn't been good. Trossard, he hasn't been good. Havertz been kind of quiet lately. These are players who are contributing goals to us. But like I said, when the going gets tough, we need someone who's going to be able to drive us off the pitch, and there was nobody in that team. I won't bring Saka into this because I thought he was probably one of our only good players that had a good game. The rest of them had okay, decent games. A lot wasn't happening for us today, and that was part of Inter's plan, which they set up perfectly. That 3-5-2 diamond is ridiculous. And do you know what? Inazaghi, he has that nailed to perfection. The Inter players, it was getting very annoying playing against him, particularly Dumfries, because I thought he was outstanding for them. People are gonna say Çalhanoğlu. I thought he was okay. I personally don't see what the commentators thought in him. I thought Dumfries was my man of the match because he was everywhere, crosses, intercepted. He was all over the pitch today. And even bombing forward because they utilized those wing backs. And Dumfries was playing right wing back. He was bombing on and down that pitch, that right hand side. So it's just we need to get strikers. We need to improve the quality of the squad. Like I said, I don't hate Arteta. I don't want people saying, "Oh, well, he's Arteta." I'm not Arteta out. I just think at the end of the season, if there's not a trophy, we have to. If you weren't looking, you have to open your eyes. I've opened my eyes. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. I'm just thinking, I think he might have slightly hit the limit with this team, and I think maybe the pressure is getting to him. I know I know he tries to be very positive about these things, but there's only so much hype the fans will buy into before they're like, is he really the man? Um, Previously we lost against Inter, but our previous Champions League games we won against Shakhtar Donetsk 1-0. Again, that wasn't a convincingly good performance. We had a stroke of luck from Martinelli 1-0, and not again. This was the same problem as well. There was no creativity, and Arteta decided to go back to his defending mentality, which I did express. This is not good enough to win trophies. We cannot be going 1-0 up and decide, yeah, let's defend, because this defensive mentality will kill us. 100%. There's no way to go about it. There's no two ways to go about it. This defensive mentality of when we score goals and decide that, you know what, let's defend. We got a 1 goal, we got 2-0 cushion. Let's sit back, let the opposition come to us. You can't, because when you do that, you put unnecessary pressure on yourself. Shakhtar, they could have easily came back into that game. Potentially could have won it because we got too comfortable defending. Yes, we have the players to defend, but why do that? We can take the game to them. A lot of the games where we've lost or drawn, dropped points because we decided to go into defensive mindset. If we play the football we play in the first half, we can easily win that game 2-0, 3-0 comfortably. Then you can rest players. Don't go resting players at 1-0, 2-0. They're not leads you can be like, yeah, let's defend. They're not coming back. No, because anything can happen in football. And and this is another thing why I think Arteta would shoot himself in the foot, is this mentality that the club has, is where we score a goal and we decide, yeah, second half, just defend. Just defend because there's nothing else. No, you need to be resilient. You need to keep going at them, keep going at them. Because if we allow them to come back into the game, it's no one else but the players and the manager's fault to blame. Shakhtar, another game where we got a stroke of luck, but there was no creativity, and we went into that defensive mentality of just to defend the ball. Prior to that, PSG, I thought this was one of our more PSG. I thought this was one of our more comfortable games. 2-0, Saka and Havertz. I thought this was one of the games where we're confident. It was a comfortable win, nothing too crazy. And, yeah, it was one of the more confident games. Havertz, Odegaard wasn't there, but it was one of the more comfort games. And I just thought, we just took the game to PSG and we got the job done. We weren't defending. We just took the game to PSG and it was a game we won comfortably. Prior to that, we had Atalanta. We drew at that game. We drew that game. Again, no Odegaard. So Odegaard was kind of really just injured before our Champions League campaign. Again, no Odegaard. This is a game of very two halves. Both teams weren't really going for it. I would have expected Arsenal to go for it because Atalanta did not look like they wanted the ball at all with that game. But no, Arteta decided, yeah, look, if no one wants to go for the game, we'll sit back, take a point. These things, small habits, is what's killing us in the title run. And I'll go back to what Rodri said. We do not have a winning mentality at this point. We don't. We don't. And people come and say, oh, you can't say that. You can't let us see play. No, you need to stop living in dreamland and face the facts. This squad that is happening right now with no Odegaard is not good enough to compete. And forget about Odegaard. Leave Odegaard out the picture. The reality of this fact is, I was saying on the Football Talk just on Tuesday, that the players who are complaining who are not getting starts, they've been given the chance to start and they've offered fuck all. You can't complain about you're not playing and then you get given the opportunity and you offer nothing. A lot of these players, I know it's not realistic, but we need to get rid of some. We're past some of these players. We are past players. I'll give you an example. We're past Sterling. We're past Jesus. We're past Zinchenko. We're past all these gimmick transfers. Now, I'm kind of looking at it now. I don't think we should have sold Smith Rowe. I don't think we should have sold Reece Nelson. Those are two players I think if we had them now, I don't think we'd be in a bad situation as we are right now. People would say, oh, but Smith Rowe injuries, he couldn't get back in the team. Look what he's doing for Fulham. 10 goals, 4 GA. People say, oh, well, that's not too huge. But the guy's playing again. And if Smith Rowe was on that Arsenal team, he definitely could have helped us win a lot of games because he's not Odegaard, but he's a very creative player. He can bring others. He can drive the team forward. Reece Nelson doesn't have the same capability of Saka's, but again, another player who can bring others into the game. Because right now, on the last 3 games, there has been one player other than a fucking 17-year-old that can bring others into the game. And Ethan came on for 9 minutes and he did more than any midfielder did on that pitch tonight. There's no one in that midfield that can link up the play. Saka is the only creative one. There's no one there, and we don't have anyone. We have no attack interest. There's no midfield. Because it's too defensive. We have 60 DMs and not one creative midfielder that can link up. Mika Mourinho, a button as an ace. That's not a signature signing. That's not even a marquee signing. That's a rotation. For me, I thought Mika Mourinho is a rotation. He's not a starter for me. He's just a rotation player. If someone gets in, he can come in and do a job. He shouldn't be starting. I don't think his solution to fix Martinelli's problem. 100% not. 100% not. 100% not. And it's just crazy, man. And then you look at our league form. You look at our league form here. 2 seconds here. You look at our league form. we opening game 2-0 Wolves. We beat Villa. We drew to Brighton. Again, red card. We've talked about that. Harsh. We move on. 1-0 1-0 away to Spurs. Won it. Didn't win comfortably. Scrappy game. We had to dig deep. It wasn't convincing. There was no creativity. Again, set pieces. And I think I'm happy we're scoring from set pieces. But again, I think these are also our curses as well because we rely too much of. I think we are relying too much on them. I think we are. We shouldn't be relying on set pieces to get us goals. We need to be able to. We have not scored a goal from open play in the last 4 games. That's a very worrying stat. That is a very worrying stat. We've not scored. We have not scored any open goals from the last 4 games. That's ridiculous, lads. That's not good enough, and it's heading in a very bad way for Arsenal. It really is. It really is. It's just shown that when our two biggest players are out, this team is basically shocking. We're nobodies, and that should not be the narrative. And that comes down to squad building and stuff like that. Yeah, so like 1-0 Spurs. I talked about the Atalanta City. Very big game. Nearly did the heist of the century, but again, not good enough. Bolton EFL Cup, we don't care about that. You know, these are games that we should be sending young G's to play that. We shouldn't have any squad standing 11 players playing it. We should be sending young G's to play that. Leicester 4-2 wasn't a convincing win. James Justin, we allowed again. This exactly we were 2-0. They got defensive, went to this defensive mentality again. James Justin with 2 absolute fucking worldies of a goal, and then we got lucky because Leicester made a few mistakes. Just got lucky. Wasn't a convincing performance. 3-1 Southampton, same thing again. We went 1-0 up, started defending again. Cameron Archer got a goal, and then we got lucky that Southampton made 2 mistakes. And again, we got defensive, they scored, and then we got lucky with a few opposition mistakes. There's a pattern here. There really is a pattern here. Bournemouth, we lost 2-0. That was always going to happen. You can only get away with these results for so long before a proper team knows what's happening and exploits your weaknesses. And Bournemouth did exactly that. And then 1-0 against Shakhtar. I already talked about it. Liverpool 2-2. Both game with both halves. Still lack creativity. We'll leave it at that. Preston, like I said, young G's should be going to that. Newcastle, that game, always a hard game. We should be beating Newcastle. We beat them home and away last season. It's ridiculous. No creativity again. And then the match today with Inter, no creativity again. So it's just, with me, I'm going to be honest with you, Arsenal fans. I'm going to be honest. This creativity issue, if we don't solve it, forget about winning or challenging anything. I'll be honest with you, the pressure is on Arteta to fix this. It is. Because every time I watch Arsenal, I was watching the Arsenal match here with my cousin, and, you know, like, there's nothing progressing. We're good at keeping possession, but what do we do with the possession when we have it? We're not moving the ball forward. We're passing forwards, backwards. It gets to the edge of the box. Where is the end product? Who's looking to exploit the gaps? There's no one there. There is no one, and that's what's pissing me off. You look at the likes of Liverpool, City, Chelsea even now. They have these players that can exploit gaps. They have players who are not afraid to take risks. We are too safe when it comes to our play, and this is what kills us. I was seeing us in attacking positions. I'm like, someone needs to run into that space. Get your body in there. Do something. Make yourself an option. Nobody did that today in the intermatch. Nobody wanted the ball. Absolutely nobody. And we're going away to Stamford Bridge on Saturday to play Chelsea. Chelsea massively improved from last season. Enzo Maresca has gotten playing the ball. I know we're rivals. I shouldn't be big enough, but I'm telling you this. Because if Arsenal want to play that way, Chelsea will beat us. Me and Richie said a draw, but if Arsenal want to go and play like that for the last 3 or 4 games, Chelsea will beat us. Chelsea will have no problem beating us because, like I said, they have players who like to get in the ball, who do not care about taking a risk 1 or 2. As long as they progress and play, they will not mind risk taking because they know they have players that can progress the ball time and time again. Arsenal don't have that right now, and that's very worrying. One thing I need to see, Arteta, if this man does not start Chelsea game, just forget about it. I'm not even going to bother with you. Ethan Waneri has to start. I don't want to see a lineup of Rice, Party, and Mikel Mourinho. You have to drop on them. I would say drop. I would definitely say drop Mourinho and bring in Waneri. Have Rice and Party sitting in behind him. Let him be that focal point, because I've seen enough. I've seen enough. This thing of Trossard in the middle of Martinelli, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. Trossard now, yes, he scored some crucial game goals from us. It's not good enough anymore. I think he needs to be dropped to get his mojo back. I think he needs to be dropped. Stick and where I'd rather go to Stamford Bridge and have him where we playing as a 10, knowing that we lost, rather than having Trossard in that 10, because it's not working. If I go to the Chelsea game and see we create chances, but we still lost, that's fine, because it's different. At least we've seen chances being created. At least we got some shots on the board. Because right now, we're not shooting. We're not. We're passing wishy-washy, wishy-washy. It's going around like a merry-go-round and nothing fucking happens. Literally, 50 passes around the box and nothing fucking happens. Ethan Waneri has to start on Saturday. Forget about it. You have nothing to lose at this point. You have nothing to lose at this point, Arteta, because you fucked it for yourself and you fucked it for the rest of the fans. Play him in the 10 Saturday. That's all you got to do. You have to play him in the 10 Saturday, Arteta. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. This team, you know, it's annoying, because I don't understand how we're playing so good for the last 2 seasons. This season, we just can't score goals. That's the crazy thing. I know City are going through it, but we all know what happens with City. They'll come after Christmas, they'll go fucking invincible. It happens every year. And for those people who are saying, "Oh, City are finished," you clearly don't know ball, because this happens every year. We all know City are not their best from the start of the season. It's always after the Christmas break is when they kick into high gear. That's basically what it is. As for Arsenal, man, there's gonna have to be some huge January business. That if we even wanna revive our hopes, because for me, looking at it, I like Chelsea and Forest ahead of us, yeah. And I'm looking at this table like 5 points, 7 points. Liverpool are probably not gonna lose again. City could lose. Liverpool could just draw a lot of games. I don't think they'll lose again. City could just start drawing because they can't lose too many. But we're playing catch up here. We are playing catch up here, and there's no doubt about it. We are playing catch up here. We are playing catch up here. I think it's best. This Chelsea game will be my analysis, because people are saying I'm overreacting. I don't think I'm overreacting. I think anyone who properly agrees with me, there's only so much you can take of. Ask Liverpool fans how they feel. Do you know how much it felt for Liverpool fans to come second? They broke the highest points tally. You had 2 clubs with 90 points, and you're telling me Liverpool? Like, ask them how they feel. I can understand what Liverpool fans were going through, trying to challenge City for the title, because they're fake. But at the same time, Liverpool were scoring goals. They were creating chances. We're not. And if we're not, we shouldn't really be considering ourselves as as title challengers, because we're not doing fuck all when we get the ball. And people can say I'm being overreactive, negative. No, I'm being logical with you guys. I'm being very, very, very logical with you here. Like, what's there for us? I said it. We're not being creative. No one's taking the chances. The squad depth isn't good. The squad depth quality isn't good. What? I don't think I'm overreacting here. I think I'm just giving you the harsh, honest truth. Because if we want to challenge for the title, everyone's got to be up to speed. Everyone needs to understand the mission at hand here. If some players don't understand what's going on, good luck to you. Because I can't take it anymore. If he doesn't, like I said, if he personally doesn't win a trophy, he's reached his limit. He's reached his limit. But that's all I'm gonna say. Really, that's all I'm gonna say. The Chelsea game, that'll be an interesting one. That will, I think, Another big game where we haven't been playing well recently. I think that'd be a game. And if Arteta doesn't want to shape up, or it's gonna the pressure's gonna it's gonna pile on. It's gonna pile on because a lot of people, you like I said, people are saying we're overreacting. No, it's because people still want to live in dreamland about this Arteta project. There was four strikers we left the club that left their clubs and we didn't sign one because we thought, oh well, we have so many players that can create and score. What happens when these players get injured? Hmm? Who do we have? You can't rely on Havertz. You can't rely on Martinelli. You can't rely on Trossard. The only player you could probably rely is probably Saka, and he can't do it by himself. So all I'm asking for is a bit of cop on, because these results do matter. We will come back, and if we finish second again, we'll look at these games. Well, we should have not lost to them. I'm going to be honest with you. If any of you are using Odegaard's excuse or Saka's excuse as an injury, as an excuse for no, this is not what the best teams do. The best teams find a way regardless. I get it. Right, as Saka and Odegaard, they are two best players. But when the going gets tough and one of them gets injured, or both of them for that matter, we need to have players who can come in and do a job. I'm not saying replicate exactly what they do, but players who can offer something similar and help us pull through games. We don't have that at Arsenal right now. We fucking don't have that at Arsenal right now. And that's my fucking problem. We cannot challenge for that title because we do not have players as capable. We don't have players capable when the going gets wrong, they can do a job. That's the problem. Creativity, squad depth quality, and the main three issues in that team. And if they're not fixed, lads, forget about it. Forget about it. I dare say we might even finish outside the top four if this keeps going. That's all I'm gonna say. But look, it's really good. It's really good to be back here talking back on Gunners Inside. Guys, please let me know your thoughts. I need to see how you guys are feeling as well with with Arsenal's latest performance. I don't think I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough. As a fan watching, as someone who supported them from young, it's not, man. And the drop of quality is insane. So yeah, so let me know what you think. But anyways, thanks for watching.